Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Review time for the Leho LHUB-MM Baritone Ukulele. I picked this up recently from Long McQuaid. I wanted to get into ukulele, something different, right? But I wanted a baritone, and the specific reason is D, G, B, and E. Same four bottom strings as on any regular 6-string guitar. So a lot of your chords are going to be the same, like your D, G7, your D minor, your F major 7, your A minor, and several other chords. And you get some nice one-finger ones, like your G and your G7. G suspended is 2 fingers. Kind of cool, right? So pretty easy to play. So if you're already a guitar player, it's going to already give you that leading edge to get right into ukulele with a lot of your basic chords, because they will be the same fingerings. You will find, probably at times like I do, I'm so tempted to do my G as I normally do it, and it's like, wait a minute, that's not a G, that sounds horrifying, you know? So, because it's the bottom 4, right? So I got to remember, it's just a 1 string for the G, G7, right? So, but otherwise, yeah, there are some new chord formations you're going to have to learn, obviously, because you are playing the lower 4. For blues riffs, I have like 3 favorites that I also teach my students, because it's the way I started. So I start my students the same way. One of them is this pattern. And then you would go to this string, and then the A string above, and then you go to the A and the E, but we don't have that option, so we're kind of stuck kind of here. But the other pattern is, and then the third pattern, and you can still do your chromatic scales too. Okay, so I still got to work on that part. But anyways, so, and a lot of your other scales that deal with the 4 bottom strings only, you'll be able to do those as well as per normal, right? Because even your tuning is D, G, B, and E, right? So it's very simplified. I may in future look into like a tenor, soprano, or concert uke, but to get me started I wanted something that had some scale length to it, okay, so some size. And fret spacing, of course, was important. And I like the idea of the D, G, B, E because it's familiar, and so are my chords, so I get going right away, and then this way I can learn the other fingerings for other chords that I normally play. I'll learn those afterwards and continue on my journey of fun. And you can use capos with ukuleles too. There are a few people in this world that are anti-capo people. Where'd mine go, actually? There it is. There is a specific sized ukulele capo, but you can get like one of these adjustable style ones. This Alice capo absolutely sucks dirt on 6-string guitars, but on this thing it actually works quite well, so that saves me from buying a normal capo for a ukulele. The idea of a capo too is it helps you to change keys and still keep the same chord formations. Also good for your vocal pitch too, to play something in a key that's more into your vocal range, because we can't all sing in every range that's out there. I can sing in a variety of ranges, but some of them are just way out of my range. But this is good, this is handy. I plan on playing this in church as soon as I get my pickups in and try them out. I ordered these stick-on style pickups for now, just something basic, because, you know, it's kind of like, well, if they work, good. If they don't work, well, I did find one left-handed specific right from the factory. Now, it is made in China and a Chinese make and name brand thing, and that's fine. It's 150 bucks. It's got a nice preamp system in it, bass, mid, treble, tuner, all that. The cost of getting that ukulele with that already in it is far cheaper than having one put into this. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money to begin with on the uke. I knew I'd be able to play the baritone, but I also didn't want to spend a lot of money, period. Because when I look at guitars too, like a regular 6-string guitar, I can get a really nice intermediate level Yamaha for like 200 bucks, you know. And this is, I don't know what level they would consider this Leho, but you know, it's pretty close to $200 just before tax, right? You know, and the one that I'm looking at that's made in China, China brand, with the pickup and preamp is like even cheaper than what I paid for this. So I'm kind of thinking, well, it'd be cheaper just to get a proper left-handed one. However, good news for all you lefty players out there. If you want to play ukulele, doesn't matter if it's baritone, tenor, soprano, or concert size, every ukulele will have a straight across saddle, which also means that the nut is also likely, because this one is, so I'd have to check on the other ones, but I'm pretty sure, I'm about 97% sure that all the nuts are going to be cut the same way, where every slot is the exact same size. So you can just simply flip your strings like I did with this. I bought this as a right-handed model and flipped it to left. And also doing that on a ukulele is completely safe for the guitar. Okay, it is not going to harm the instrument whatsoever. On an acoustic guitar, you're going to harm the guitar, guaranteed. I've been there, done that, wrote the book, and burnt it a few times. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about with that. With this, you are not going to endanger the guitar in any way, shape, or form. It can go left or right-handed. So you have an amazingly large choice of ukuleles out on the market for both left and right-handed players. It just means that us lefties have to just flip the strings on the right-handed models because there's not that many specific left-handed models out there. The only thing you got to really watch for is if you like a cutaway style body, your cutaway will be on the top if you're converting it from right to left. So that part kind of sucks. So try and find a cutaway already left-handed from the factory, and that would be your best bet to keep that appearance looks up and, of course, comfort of playing, right? Otherwise, you're basically doing a Jimi Hendrix. But anyway, I also like the fact there's no pick guard on here too, which makes it so much easier for the flip over. It doesn't look stupid. Now, the body is made out of mahogany on this. The fretboard is walnut, and so is the bridge. They do have tortoiseshell binding on the top and bottom of the body to join the pieces, and a black binding on the fretboard, which that I actually didn't really care a lot for because it doesn't quite flow right, having all that black strip with the tortoiseshell. They should have made it follow up, and that would have been just perfect, right? But I did have strap locks, or not strap locks, but strap pins put on this thing. Ukuleles generally don't have strap pins, and you use a different type of strap. I didn't want that style because to me I find it's more of a hazard than it is a help. I wanted a real strap system to be able to be used, so I could use like a full-size strap like this one, or I do have, sitting around here somewhere, there it is, I have a mandolin strap, aka my version ukulele strap. This one's kind of narrow. It's okay, I like it, it works. I just thought I'd try a full-size strap and see how it would feel around the neck, and it's actually quite comfortable in comparison to that one. So. But it sounds good, it plays great. Fretwork. This is made in China, this one too, but it is designed by Leho in the US. They just farmed it out to China to have China build their stuff. Did use some pretty good quality tuners on this one. They hold really well. The entire guitar, period, holds its tune extremely well, especially for me nylon strings. They usually fall out of tune a lot faster. These are holding on really stable, so you can do quite a few songs beating the daylights out of the strings and not have to worry about retune every single song or halfway through a song type of thing. You'll get quite a number of songs before you're going to find you're definitely going to have to retune because something ain't going to sound right. But anyhow, arch back design on this as well, which is nice because it allows for creating more volume output, and it gives you some more deeper bass tone out of the ukulele, because let's face it, you're playing with normally higher pitched strings, so you want to have some bass, you know, out of this, and you do get some by having that arch back design, which is kind of nice. strap, it'll let go. We might have to put shailers on, maybe not. But anyways, overall, I like it. It's a great little machine. For those of you who are going to ask anyways, here's your answer about oiling the fretboard. Should we or shouldn't we? Well, it is exposed walnut, so the answer to that would be yes. About once every 1 to 2 years, oil the fretboard. Very, very light on the oil. Don't soak the crap out of it, because that is bad for any guitar to soak them with oil. It's very, very bad. So just go very sparingly. Get it to rub into in between each and every fret, you know, and coat it that way. And of course, your bridge, you're going to have to, you know, put a few dabs of oil on a rag and rub it into your bridge, and do that with the strings off, of course. You know, do that once every 1 to 2 years, and that's all you need to do to protect the walnut on this thing. I like it. It's nice. I can't wait for the pickups to come in. They should be in soon, I hope. And then I can get that all set up. And they are cheap pickups too. I ordered them from China. It was like $5 for 2 of them. And I've seen some reviews on them on YouTube, and some people like them. Some people are kind of like, eh. But when I started looking at the ones that are going I was looking at where they positioned it, and it's kind of like, well, no wonder. It's in the wrong spot. It's not where it should be. You got to find that sweet spot on each uke where they're going to work the best for tonal output and everything. So anyways, that is what I've pretty much got for you on this. So if you're looking for a ukulele, there's tons of places online to look. If you live in Canada, Long McQuaid is your answer. Order online, go to a local store. I would suggest going to your local store if you can get to it. It is the best way to shop for your instruments, because then you get to actually see it and play it and know what it's going to be like. And this way there's no disappointments either, right? And no problems that way either. So, but yeah, so Long McQuaid is an option. Amazon, a lot of places you can buy ukuleles. But if you can get to a store, that's all the better. You know, any music store that sells ukuleles, get to the store, try them out, see what you really like. I like the baritone system. I may get one of the other types eventually down the line. They're going to be a little bit more harder because the strings are different for the notes that they're tuned to, and therefore I'm learning a whole new wide range of chords and fingerings for chords, as opposed to this thing. Most of the chords are all exactly the same positioning. There's a few differences here and there, of course, but for the majority, there's a lot of your most commonly used chords that are going to be all the exact same. So it makes it very easy. Makes it great too for beginner players that don't even play guitar yet. A baritone is a great start, because once you get into playing it, picking up a regular guitar, once you know what you're doing on this thing, too easy, you know. It's just a bigger profile, and you get those 2 extra strings back that are not here, right? So anyway, my star rating on this is easy 4.5 out of 5. You know, my pet peeve is with the binding on the neck. It has nothing to do with the rating, but it is a pet peeve of mine. That is something I think they should do in any models that they're going to use tortoiseshell binding on the body with. They should follow that through with the neck. It would look so much better for finish work. But hey, you know, I am going to be switching my tuners out. Nothing wrong with these tuners at all, and they are a 10mm tuner, so that opens me up to thousands of choices of different tuners. I'm going to switch them to gold because I like gold, and I want also to have removable buttons, because these tuner buttons aren't removable on these tuners. They're kind of permanent, but even though they're a sealed tuner, they're likely never to fail, but I still want the gold to go along with my gold pins and the color of the body. One of the things, probably the biggest thing that attracted me to buying this thing, other than the fact it was a baritone, was actually the fact that it is mahogany, which is the same as my Martin Rhodes Series DRS-1 guitar. So they kind of look like, this kind of looks like the baby version minus 2 strings to my Martin, and it's kind of like, that's really cool, you know? Yeah, so that's kind of one of the biggest things that attracted me to this. You know, I wasn't even looking at, you know, binding or, you know, all that, but, you know, I was like, hey, that's like the baby version, you know, so I gotta buy it. And it's a baritone, so I have to buy it, because that's what I wanted, was a baritone. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. There's not a whole lot to really tell you about this thing. They are a lot of fun, definitely. There are differences between the 4 different types of ukuleles that are out. You know, and ukes have been around for a long, long time, commonly with your Hawaiian music and stuff. But even playing regular music, I've been going through some of the stuff we do at church. Actually, some of the stuff we're doing this weekend at church. It's too bad I don't have my pickups now, or I'd bring this weekend in for 1 or 2 of the songs. But very simplistic, right? Very easy to play. Sounds great, and you can cut through the mix really good too. One last thing to mention: yes, you can play it with a pick. I use a 0.46 millimeter nylon pick. Very flexible and easy to work with. You can finger pick if you want to finger pick, or you can just strum with your hand. I prefer the pick though, because the pick allows me to do something like this. So you can really break through a mix, and you can alter the tone too to the song with another guitar player, right? Try doing that with this. You can still do it, but it quiets it down too much, and it's not as popping or piercing through the mix, right? But with a pick, anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.